Hello. Welcome back, everyone. Episode of Fangirlz Assemble. Thanks for everybody for being really flexible on some schedule changes that had to be made, especially to Kristan for being flexible as well. But we're here. Nice little Friday. Just kick off the weekend.
Yeah.
Fangirlz Assemble.
Just chilling like we do.
Just chilling.
You know.
I've been sick, so we will see how I do. And we are talking about Batgirl by Gail Simone Omnibus. I don't have the Omnibus.
I completely dove in.
I have mine on my trades.
Hey, those are good. Those work.
Yeah.
They won't hurt.
All from half price books, basically.
Nice. I mean, I could hurt an intruder with this.
That's true.
And I'm not sure you could with that. No offense.
If your younger brother turns out to be a serial killer and comes to your house, you can attack them with that.
Yes, you can, James.
Yeah. Spoilers. But yeah, Kristan, I don't know did you get your book from our sponsor?
I sure did.
It really suck if you didn't, and I just started it.
You made the right assumption. I got this from InStockTrades.com, where you can get all your fabulous collected editions, including Big Ol' Omni. This is a chonker. I like this chonker. Just like this, for up to 50% off. In fact, they have deals on the front of their page right now. Some Omnis are like 55% off. That's a lot. It's a lot of percent off, especially for those expensive books. So check that out. Amazing shipping. Free shipping over $50. I actually just had a birthday, and my in-laws got me an IST gift certificate, which is amazing. And that's what they got me last year. And I'm like, that's exactly what I want. Thank you so much. So their new releases from Tuesday were delayed until today. So they're on the website right now. You can check those out. I made my birthday order. You want to know what it is?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to tell you.
Of course I do.
Of course you do. Junji Ito's Love Sickness.
Nice.
The new short story collection. I'm so excited.
Looks so good.
That popped on the site today. World of Black Hammer, Library Edition Volume 2, nice. Finally. It's been delayed for many weeks, so that's there, guys. Check it out. Great price. What else? I'm like trying to remember now. You know, I gotta look. I gotta look at my order confirmation.
Let me respond to things.
Yeah.
This isn't One Piece. One Piece is next week, Jesse. We are doing it on... What are we doing it next week?
Next Friday?
Next Friday, the 30th.
The 30th, yeah.
So,
I had to look at the date. If we were doing that right now, I would be ready.
There's some things going on. Things got screwed.
Yeah.
So we're Friday this week, Friday next week. Says to get that Roger Stern Spidey while it's still there.
I have that behind me somewhere. I've had that. So
Mary's in the house.
Yeah. Hey, Mary.
Trickster Coyote, hello. Johnny says, best in-laws ever.
I know,
truly, right? No one in my family. I always talk about this. I'm always jealous because Kristan Shelley is always like, here's books and books, gift certificates, and my family would never.
Oh, I mean, like, my dad's birthday's coming up, and I'm like, okay, give me what books you want. Like, what omnibus do you need? You know?
Man.
That's what we do.
Maybe I should change my name. I'm not a serial killer. She was talking about James Gordon Jr.
I should have clarified. You're right. Sorry, James.
Aria, hello. It's got a good little amount of people here.
Yeah, thank you all for being here.
I promise. It's the mess.
Oh, the rest of my order. Okay, I just popped it up. Wicked Things, which are discounts still on the website, 45% off. Great price. New John Allison. The kind of spin-off side series from Giant Days. So that's great. The new Rose of Versailles, Volume 5 is out.
Oh, shit.
And I just had to. I like how the volumes are getting like darker as they come out.
Okay.
And that's the last one. So
I'll definitely order my copy because, then we can finally review it.
Oh. Yeah.
Hayden's been on this like run where they change their name for each topic.
I love it so much.
But then they changed their icon too for the first time ever. So I was like, who is this?
Yeah, who is it?
Jessica. Almost forgot. Got so engrossed in the circle. Yay, Gail. Yay, Bess. I'm so happy that Jessica is watching The Circle. You guys, I'm not a big reality show person, but The Circle,
I keep hearing this from people who say exactly that. They're like, we're not reality people. The Circle.
Love The Circle.
And I'm like, what am I missing on? I'm missing a lot. I haven't watched a lot, but
you are. And I gotta tell you, season 2, they're halfway through it right now, and a little bit of a spoiler, but there's a certain 90s heartthrob. Well, early 2000s, I guess. Last name is a fish. First name is a medieval weapon.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Lance Bass.
Oh, okay. I was like, who? Just going through everyone in my head. He would have been the last one I would have thought of.
Yeah.
Okay. He's a big reality guy. That makes sense.
But yeah, season 1 is very wholesome and great. Anyways, not comic book related. I promise, guys. It's just, off topic. Oh, hey. Before we talk about Batgirl Omnibus.
Yeah.
You read Heartstoppers, right?
Yeah.
So I haven't, but did you know there's going to be a Netflix show? They've already cast it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I've been so happy about the cast. Just visually, they look just like the characters. Oh, I'm so excited. Yes, Alice Oseman. Also, you need to read Radio Silence, which is one of her novels. That's so good. I read that several years ago. Okay. It's about a podcast. It's great. I mean, it's young adult, but it's great.
Hey,
So I know you're into that too.
Young adult is fun. I think people gotta stop dogging. I saw a really good TikTok recently that was like, a lot of people were reading young adult and they go to college and they're reading much textbooks. And that's what gets them out of reading again for fun. And so they're struggling to get back into reading. But the issue now is they're reading what they think what they're supposed to be reading for their age. And that's when they're getting into it.
Like where the crawdads thing.
Yeah, you've got to reignite that love for reading.
Yeah.
And so the TikTok was like, I think she's a librarian or something. I don't know. There's she had some research backed up against. Again, I'm sick. But she was like, to reignite that, go back to reading what you enjoy. And I think, comic book people understand. Because that never stopped. Right?
Yeah. I mean,
no, we're still reading all that stuff.
Well, that's the thing too. There's still even within the comic community, there's judgment about all ages books.
Yes.
And I'm like, come on, if it's good, it's good.
Right? They're missing out.
How can you love Bone, which is an all ages book that kids love too? But you're like, oh no, that's a thing that no, come on. The sloth books that we love.
I was literally gonna bring up Peter and Ernesto.
Yes.
That's so good.
So good.
Yeah, and there can still be all levels of complexity regardless of age, depending on what the book is. Superman Smashes the Klan is a fantastic book. It is a younger audience book.
Yep, that's
still
the
very,
truth.
very good.
It's great.
And I like fun, lighthearted Batgirl, and this Batgirl is also good. I like both. And I'll fight people about it. I don't care.
We'll both fight people. It'll be great. I
agree, Jesse. Unstoppable Wasp is a comic everyone can read and love and enjoy.
Yeah.
That's still, man. Unstoppable Wasp is still so high up there in my book. I'm still not over how good that comic is. I'm surprised she's not already have a show and animated everywhere, personally. That's the same mindset of people who think audiobooks don't count as reading. Absolutely.
Yeah. And that's extra just ableist too, right?
Yeah.
Come on, what are we doing here? Blind people, you think they're not reading? What's happening?
Well, yeah, people with they're dyslexic or have sensory issues.
There's a ton. People, come on, just love reading no matter what.
Okay, one more question. I'm assuming you haven't watched.
No, I haven't.
It's true. Each episode's getting better. I just watched D3 Mighty Ducks last night and then watched the new episode of Game Changers today.
I need to. I know.
And the episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier is actually really good. I don't care about any of the action stuff, but when they talk, I like that part.
Yeah, it's ending soon, so I'm maybe then I'll watch it.
Yeah, it's good.
I don't know.
Anyways.
Yeah.
The book.
The book. We read it.
I know it's not very common for you to read through a DC Omnibus, but it's not your first because you've read Super Sons.
Wait, and I was thinking about that because I tweeted, I was like, yeah, I read whole DC Omnibus. And I'm like, well, I've read other ones. Yeah, I've read Super Sons.
Yeah, you've got Gotham Central behind you.
Gotham Central, I've read. I know, I should just look over here. Animal Man, we did together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there's been a few. This is my first Batgirl experience, though, ever.
Oh, that's really exciting.
Don't think I've read her in anything.
I really hope that we continue together and read Burnside Batgirl after this too, because it's a very different feel. Burnside Batgirl is much more like what we read often.
Yeah, it just sucks that there's a person with that.
With Burnside Batgirl?
Yeah. Didn't Cameron Stewart write it?
Oh, maybe. I don't remember. Whenever I think of Burnside Batgirl, I just think about Babs Tarr, who did like some of the design work and stuff.
Yeah, who's awesome.
Let's look at it. But anyways,
Yeah, we'll
so what did you think? Your first foray?
Well, I'll say I
into
asked about
Batgirl.
it beforehand, but like this is a great starting point
Oh yeah.
for anyone because I didn't even know anything. Let me take this boy off, right? Let me make it naked, which
Oh,
this is a
beautiful.
close up. The actual cover has Commissioner Gordon behind her, holding a gun to her, which is more powerful. I'm like, why did they cut him out? I guess just because like it's her on. I don't know. I don't like this.
Oh,
There's nothing on the back. Like
that's boring.
nothing at all. So that is boring. Weird font choice going from this fabulous spine to this. Why did they change the spine? Yeah, I don't know. So I like the omnibus. They made some weird choices with this, I think. Like this looks good. Why? I don't know. So if anyone was curious how this looked under, that's the situation. Also, I did read the whole thing through this. Now, guys, this is some tight binding. Okay, like like the bubbles within the spine, like the gutter. There was gutter loss for sure, and I was just having to push it to read it every time there was a bubble. I mean, there's just some big books where I'm just like, why is this happening? So it wasn't the worst. You know, you're not losing that much, but there were plenty of times where I was just really struggling. And that's annoying. That's all. Mm-hmm. I just wanted to comment on that before the story. So, but yeah, as a brand new noob, I got really into this. I read this pretty quickly. Yeah. I really like her character. I know that this was also a controversial run, right? Because she went from being in the wheelchair and being Oracle to being like, okay, I'm Batgirl again and I can walk. And I know a lot of people were like, hey, that sucks.
Yeah, which, you know, neither, you know, you and I don't have the background of that really. Like, I've gone back and I've read some Oracle. I'm aware of everything. But when I started DC Comics, it was with Rebirth and New 52. So that's the Batgirl I've read, basically. With a little bit sprinkled in everywhere else, but mostly this is the Babs I know. So I didn't feel any sort of loss reading that. Mm-hmm. And I don't know about you, but like, again, with that being said, I appreciate the way she talked about her injury and still the PTSD she had about it. And I didn't feel like she was just totally unaware of where she was coming from either. The conversation with her roommate right away with like the wheelchair lift, where her roommate's like, oh, I can't imagine, that'd be awful. It'd be like a prison. And Babs is like, oh, okay. Thanks.
Yeah, it definitely introduced, I'd be curious, like, what people who have been through the situations that she had been through felt about that. Mm-hmm. But as someone just reading it, I was glad it wasn't glossed over. You know, that kept being like something that was brought up, like her trauma and everything she went through. And then just walking and how she feels about that. Like, I'm glad it wasn't just swept under the rug. It was constant. It was kind of throughout the entire thing. Yeah. Where she would keep going back to that point, which is very interesting.
Yeah, Jesse said that Simone even did research on that chip. Which is really cool. The Trickster Coyote said, if you like Simone's run of Batgirl, you'll probably like Simone's run of Birds of Prey, which has Babs' Oracle. And I think I have started reading through that. And I think that's it's a good thing that they had Gail write this, because she did really spend so much time with Babs as Oracle with the Birds of Prey. So I'm glad that this went to her over anybody else. Like she was in very good hands. And actually in the DC continuity right now, Batgirl's like taking a break and she's Oracle again. She's not injured, but she said, I'm giving my like Chip a break. I can be Batgirl anytime. But like right now I'm gonna be Oracle. I have mixed feelings about the choice. I totally understand and appreciate the importance of Oracle. Also, I hate the killing joke, so the middle finger here is nice. So, mixed feelings. Absolutely. I appreciate the narrative of her dealing with that trauma, revisiting that trauma in different ways, how she's overcome it. But yeah, man, the killing joke is, so gross.
Yeah, I've still never read it.
I mean, you know what happens. It's not any different. You know, it feels just as invasive as anyone could expect it to be.
Well, even there's a point in this where like the Joker comes back and she has to deal with all that, and it was kind of like, can we get through this? Like, you know, can we just like get over this now? I mean, I guess it was gonna happen, right? Like, of course, but definitely like Gail Simone. I agree with what you said. She was the writer to do this. And the issues in this, because it's mostly her, but there are some fillers throughout it that aren't her. You could just feel the difference, right? It was just like, can we just go back to Gail now? Like, I'm sure they're great or whatever, but I don't care. Like, because there were filler issues, and it was like someone else, and I was like, I don't care about this. Let's go back to.
Well, that's what's hard for like reading just one New 52 story, at least in the Bat family by itself, is because like they all tie into each other in different ways, and so some of these are just like an issue where she's in another person's book, but they brought it over. And the good thing is, like, you know, reading Batgirl made me want to go on and read the other books. And so because of this one, because I read this one first, I went and I got all of Catwoman, and I got all of Birds of Prey, and I read all of Batman, everything else like that, because like Killing of the Family, that one is in every, like, all of the Bat Family New 52 books. And so they have that same issue, but then like the issues surrounding it. And I think she has that one with Batgirl and what's, you know, Talon, and then the Birds of Prey one as well in here. But yeah, it's confusing because all of a sudden you're like, wait, her mom was just kidnapped. Why are we, or her mom just showed up. Why are we here? Like, that
made me mad because I was like, okay, this is an omnibus. It's supposed to be a complete story. We go through this whole thing with Joker, and he kidnaps her mom, and there's a whole situation. And then it's like, read the next issue and this stuff. And it's literally not in here. And I was like, what? So I'm mad because I find out what happens because she comes back and like mentions it. But I'm like, I wanted to actually see this. You got me invested. And then so that was annoying because I'm like, that couldn't have been that many issues. Mm-hmm. Throw them in here. What are we doing?
Yeah. So now you'll have to read the other ones.
I know, but I'm mad about it.
I know. They are good though.
That's how they get you.
I love the Birds of Prey run. I love the I love the Catwoman run in New 52. It's good, but yeah.
And you mentioned. So. I was gonna say you mentioned Talon. Like I love Talon.
Well, I know, right?
She was great.
So
she was fascinating. I'm like, I need more of her. So I'm glad there's more of her elsewhere because I didn't even know that. I don't know anything.
Yeah, because she's a part of the whole like Court of Owls thing,
right? Which I always hear about.
52. Yeah, it's worth reading into. I didn't like. A lot of people really love the New 52 Batman run, and love the Court of Owls stuff. I think that part is interesting. I'm not like, I wasn't super in love with Batman New 52, but all the other Bat Family stuff I love. I read all the rest of the runs. Like, I love this. And I really love the Death of the Family tie-in, honestly. I think it's really creepy. Every time I read it,
I'm going to have to
all think they think their faces are cut off. And you're like, ugh.
Oh. Now I have to.
It was in here. Did you?
Well, it wasn't at the end of, maybe I'm thinking of something else. I thought there was some of that not in here.
Because there should be one issue where it's like...
Like, wasn't that a few parts? Or am I just thinking of something else?
It's when they're all tied up and they're at a dinner table together, the whole Bat family, and then like the Joker serum gets out and stuff. That'd be weird. That's not in the omnibus.
I don't remember that, but hey, there's a lot of stuff here.
That's true. That's fine. It's unfortunate that every Babs run ever has to flash back to Killing Joke. It is. I mean, it sucks. But I mean, like, it's hard, right, to choose how to feel about it because, you know, in one thing, it can feel good to have a story about somebody who survived something like that, a huge trauma. It would make sense. But at the same time, it can feel hard if that's always going to be a part of what she is. You know, I hate that, like, it has to be attributed to this guy. It's like, ugh.
Yeah.
The Killing Joke has problems with how Babs was treated for sure, but I love everything that happened for the character moving forward. So in hindsight, I'm grateful for the Killing Joke. Yeah, see, that's the icky part. It's hard to, like, I appreciate the story here. I think it matters to people who've been through trauma to read something like that and see someone actually deal with it and, like, work through it. She'd go into therapy, you know? And how many other superheroes go through something really traumatic and don't actually ever really deal with it? I mean, Bruce's parents died in front of his kid. Has he ever actually really healthily dealt with it? I don't know. It doesn't seem like it.
I'm going to go with no.
The man slaps his kids too often. I didn't get a chance to read this and was wondering how she may compare to the Barbara from the Harley Quinn show. I mean, I think you get some similar interests because, like, Babs is still a lighthearted character. I mean, she still deals with other stuff, but it's still very different from Barbara from Harley Quinn show because that show's a very young Barbara, very young Batgirl who's just getting started. And this Batgirl's been through some shit. So it's a little bit different. I think they took more inspiration from the Burnside stuff for the Harley Quinn show. They used the same costume. Yeah, because, like, once she gets into Burnside, she's a little more chipper, I guess. Jesse says, I'm also the opinion that Barbara is both Oracle and Batgirl. Her regaining her legs doesn't take that away from her. I agree. I think she's still cunning and intelligent and smart, and that shows here still. A lot of people think that once she got her legs back, or, like, she could walk, that, like, oh, now she's just ditzy college girl and took her intelligence away. I don't see that. Her living a normal life and doing regular girl things and kissing guys or whatever doesn't mean she's any less smart.
Mm-hmm.
And that's important.
Yeah, definitely. Hayden was saying, the Joker stuff was in the Omni, right? Okay, so I just found the end where they ended the Joker stuff in here. At the end, he's got the platter, just, like, throwing things everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And then it says, see Batman, Death of the Family for the full story. And then we just jump to, like, the next issue, Batgirl.
Weird.
So we don't get to see the end of this. I kind of found out through context clues, but that's why I was mad. I'm like, you're going to be part of the story and not finish it?
Yeah, we're going to have to get that for you because it is so good. It's in every trade always has it. Like, literally, Volume 3 is titled Death of the Family. So that's...
Well, and there's parts, because, like, this issue was Death of the Family Collision Part 3, Ceremony, so they get married, right? And that's the last issue in here with Joker. And then it just goes to see Batman, Death of the Family. Yeah, the back of this, it's just...
Oh, yeah, see, they include...
It's all just Batgirl.
They include what they call the punchline in the trade.
That is so weird that it would be in the trades and not this, right?
That's weird.
Yeah, because these are all just Batgirl
I know
issues.
that she didn't write it, but it's integral.
Yeah, maybe. Well, but there were filler issues in here she didn't write.
Yeah, exactly. So
because usually they'll take those kind of things out. It's like weird. They should have taken that out and finished this story.
Jessica says, now we know what to get Kristan for her birthday next year. Stay in suspense one more year.
I'm going to think about it at night. It's going to be a thing.
Hayden said, that's weird because the issue that concludes that is in all the New 52 Bat Fam Omnis too. Yeah, because it's in the Red Hood and the Outlaw stuff too.
I'm so confused by that.
Weird.
Yeah, because they don't even go back to it. You just kind of figure out, maybe, kind of, like, obviously she survived, right? Just like...
Yeah. Welp.
Yeah, I remember being so mad. I got I was like, what are we doing here?
So I guess we can talk about some of because there's a lot of like villains and stuff that are in here and some of that come back again. But really the most important parts are the stuff with her brother and her family.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes down to it. The rest, I'm like, whatever. They're there. She kicks some butt.
Although the mannequin one was really great, I thought. Yeah. I liked it.
That was pretty creepy.
Really creepy, yeah.
And they do have the guy, I always forget his name. He's like, Ragdoll. But Ragdoll's not as creepy in the comic as he is in the DC shows. In the DC shows, seeing this guy move is creepy.
I can imagine.
But James Gordon, man.
Oh, okay. What's her roommate's name?
Alicia?
Okay.
I think.
Alyssa? Was it Alicia?
Alicia? I don't know.
Wait, okay,
it's one of those.
When she started dating him, I was like losing it the whole time. I'm like, they keep showing that, and I'm like, he's gonna kill her, and I'm gonna be so mad because I loved her.
I know.
She was amazing. When she came out to her, I was just like, wait, so DC's having an awesome trans roommate character for her. I love it. She was wonderful. I love that whole situation. When I'm just gonna keep everyone here has read it at this point. But thank you. Here we go.
Thanks, Hannah.
So I'm like, we were both so close, and yet no, you got it. You got it at the end. I loved her. What was I saying? Oh, when Barbara thinks she kills James and then that whole thing goes on, I just knew. I was like, she didn't kill anybody. It's like a soap opera. He's not dead. Yeah. He's definitely not dead. 1,000%. Of course, he's not dead. But it was consistently like, they kept bringing him back and he kept being a villain. But I never thought it was overdone. I was like, yeah, I get it. This is terrible. Like,
yeah.
And everything that happened with her dad after he thinks Batgirl killed him, like,
which I love.
I've always loved that part. The worst way.
Yeah, because I love the whole thing where it's like, even though Commissioner Gordon is like always about Batman, I mean, loves that man. Like, Batgirl gets under his skin, especially in this, because he thinks that she kills his son. Even though he could literally just ask his ex-wife, who's right there.
Yeah, that's what got me the whole time.
They were literally hugging each other, and you're like,
I'm like,
F you, Batgirl, for killing my son. And like, obviously your son was trying to kill your ex-wife. Obviously.
Yeah,
he's a serial killer. What are we even talking about,
Yeah, so it was kind of stupid, but I still enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But it made me mad. Because you're exactly right. It's like she clearly didn't want to kill him. She was like, get away. Boom. I don't want you to kill my mom.
Well, he's a good villain.
It was still so dramatic, and I liked it.
Yeah. Well, I like him as a villain. I think like it brings the true crime. It's good for the true crime fan.
Yes.
Which I like, because this guy's a regular guy.
Just a straight serial killer. Yeah. He's like creepy as a kid.
Yeah, he's a sociopath. Like, yeah, when they're in the when they're at the precinct. And they bring this guy, and he looks at him. He's like, "I know what he is." Immediately.
Yeah, he does.
Like, and the mom leaves. I had to leave because of that, which was still a bad choice.
Yeah.
I gotta leave because my son's a serial killer, but I'm not gonna help y'all out.
Yeah, y'all can stay and die. I gotta go.
Like,
what?
Okay.
Yeah, that never made sense. And then she comes back later. Is like, I had to go. And it's like, you waited until now. He's already killed a lot of people. What are you doing?
Yeah. But I love it because, like, it's coming because they keep talking about him. And you're like, well, they're going to bring him back. He's obviously not in Arkham. She's like, oh, well, luckily James is in Arkham. Hang out with my mom. No, he's not. No one stays in Arkham. They have a very poor system. And I don't...
Oh, the worst.
I don't understand. I know we have to keep having people break out so you can fight them. But, like... How is it this bad?
Maybe instead of like having to battle these villains that break out of Gotham and like dealing with the city damage that I'm sure is happening that we don't ever see, right? And the poor victims who are just walking down the street and get like slaughtered by someone who just broke out. How about instead of all that, we get some maximum security? Like, we really fixed the system.
So
get
bad.
a better building. I don't know. Get some magic up in there.
There's some villains in there I wouldn't even keep in there. There's some that could actually be helped. Keep like the really bad ones in there, but like Poison Ivy, I mean, honestly, she's doing you a favor. Harley Quinn, half the time you put her in there is by accident because she wanted to do therapy for everybody in town, but you were like, oh, she's doing something bad. No, she's literally helping people. And Killer Croc, bless his heart, he's an alcoholic.
Just let him live in the sewers. Like, what?
Yeah,
let him
he's
go.
He's actually a super nice guy, okay? Literally, and all I know about him in New 52 is that he's Roy Harper's sponsor. That's his whole thing.
That's cute. That's cute.
Yeah.
That's all you have to know.
Just, you can't even keep this, like, regular no-power white guy in your prison. This guy showed up and was like, hey, Joker, all right, you better leave my family alone. After you sent him there to give her trauma, which was smart, but still with fake grenades. It's like, okay. Come on, you guys.
They're a mess. The whole city's a mess.
Yeah. But I liked a lot of, I thought all of Barbara's inner monologue was great throughout. And I think, like how you're saying this is a good starting point. They do a good job of filling you in as you go, which I like. Filling you in on, when she started. So giving you the actual, like, view of when she first donned the suit.
Well,
and met Batman.
Yeah, it never felt like an info dump either.
No.
Because so many comics that we've all read before from some of the big, like, some DC stuff, I'm sure, some Marvel stuff. Oh, yeah. It's just like, here's a big old paragraph in the beginning and throughout the story and in the next issue and this one. It's like, no, you don't get bombarded like that, which is great because I hate that. I hate it so much.
And that's the problem with movies too, right? Especially DC movies. They think that they've got to give you everything or you're not going to understand. And something that Gail understands and something that, like, I think James Gunn understood with Guardians of the Galaxy, just think of examples, is that you don't have to, your audience is smarter than you give them credit for. You don't have to give them all the information. You can do enough of little things throughout for people to get the gist of where someone comes from without having to be like, okay, it's Star Wars, here's your thing at the beginning, which is fine. That's for them. But, like, you don't have to do that.
I don't need an origin story every single time. No.
Which is why I've always wanted a Robin movie, but I want them to do their backstories that they do with the girls in Charlie's Angels. That's what I want. You don't have to introduce anybody. Just give me the Robin's movie, but just have them already be there. The end. I don't need my origin story, but I like the way they do it in here. And I like the little I like the little moments with her and Dick Grayson. Because I think that their romance is always just fun.
Well, and it made me interested in him because I've never known anything about Nightwing. I've never dealt with him in, I think, anything I've read, right? So it's like, oh, okay. What's his deal, right? I liked him.
I'm so glad.
I don't like how every time he called her, she was like, nah, I'm not coming back to the fam, and then would hang up. And I'm like, girl, haven't you done enough every single time throughout the beginning, throughout the middle, throughout the end? And I'm like, when are you going back to the fam? Like, what's happening? I'm mad at you. Like, he keeps calling and he loves you and you need to go back to the fam.
They all love you and they're just worried.
So mad at her. I gotta do this on my own. Do you? Stop it.
Yeah. Oh man, I hope this makes you want to read more DC stuff from this point.
Oh yeah. Well, and I've wanted to like get into New 52 because I always hear about it. I'm like, okay, great starting point. I don't have to know stuff, and I like that. So now I want to go to all the other ones. I'm like, why aren't there more Omnis out? I'm mad about it. There's some, not enough.
We'll just get you all the trades.
Yeah.
I'll just give you my login to DC Universe, and it's just free. Just read them all through there.
Well, and Hoopla's great because like there's tons of DC on there. I just need to know where to go now.
Yeah. Well, now like you could either jump to another New 52 series that connects. That's what I like to do.
Which I think has
one
to
that
be
connects.
Death of a Family, because I want to know what the crap happened. So it has to be that.
And you could also just keep continuing Batgirl because it leads really well into Rebirth. And I know some people think that Burnside Batgirl is too fun or whatever. I know in my heart that you would love it.
Well, and I think I told you, I think I read the first trade of that years ago, and I liked it. So I will definitely do that.
And just like in this one, every time Babs gets new roommates, that's the best part of it. I love whatever roommates Babs gets really sets the stage for her. She's never living on her own. Even when later she makes a lot of money and stuff, like she just always has roommates.
That's fun.
And I like that.
I like that
and she
too.
still does real world things. And that's important for the Bat family. That's why the rest of them all have problems. Because they just don't get a break.
Yes, you got to rely on people sometimes. I mean,
yeah.
Come on.
Oh, man. And eventually I want you to read Detective Comics for Rebirth because that is just family. That's just the Bat family hanging out. That's it. That's the whole thing. It's all about the family. It's wonderful. Clayface is there. I love it.
That's Tinian, right?
So it's good.
Yeah, and he's great.
I love Tinian. Anything he writes. I guess I should catch up on the chat.
Oh yeah, we missed tons, didn't we?
Instead of investing in extravagant gadgets for beating people up, maybe Bruce should invest in the asylum he's on the board on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't need more on your belt. Come on.
I know.
He's got the money.
He does. Hannah says, Simone's humor is perfect for me. I could sit and natter over a cup of tea with her for days. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's wonderful. I think anything she writes, I feel like I relate to.
Yeah, and there was that time, where she maybe was in the chat.
Oh my God.
But it wasn't maybe.
That was the best and the worst. Because the whole time
it's so funny. We were both like, that's not her. That's someone who just changed their name to Gail Simone.
Well, yeah, and she's like, why don't they believe it's me? And I was like, people change their name in the chat all the time, okay? Yeah. Hayden changes their name 5 million times.
1 million times.
So anybody could be Gail Simone.
We love it.
We had somebody who was Elmo. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, and there's someone who's always 100 different versions of Jess going around.
Yeah, that confuses me all the time.
Yeah, and they're everywhere. And it's like, what? How are we?
I always thought the Robins movie showed up with a musical roll call, introducing everyone like Bring It On. I would love that.
Anything like Bring It On.
DC movies could just be fun. If they could stop being like, we're edgy and dark because people don't want regular DC. Fuck you. They want regular DC superheroes.
Well, and where's the movie of this? This would be like the perfect movie for them.
I know. Well, we're getting a show.
Okay.
I guess.
But like...
Well, Joss Whedon's not working on it anymore, so we should be fine.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, can we just get someone fun working on it, please, dear God? I'm over. Listen, I'm glad everybody got their Snyder cut. Okay, good for y'all. I don't want that anymore. I just want fun superhero shit.
We don't need the broody nonsense anymore.
Yeah,
we're over it.
We've had so much broody Batman.
We've had our Angel. It's Buffy time. Okay,
it's Buffy time.
It's Buffy time. In fact, instead of Whedon, how about we get some great writers from Buffy? Jane Espenson, get her on a big DC movie right now. Marty Noxon. I mean, we got a great.
Yeah.
Get those fun people.
I want Rob Thomas to start making DC shows and movies.
Yes.
Could you imagine?
Oh my god.
We could have Batgirl, but it's like Veronica Mars, iZombie energy.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes, that.
About it.
Oh my gosh. See,
that's what I want.
That's what people need.
They should listen to us.
I know. Where are they? Why aren't they in the chat?
They don't watch the shows, the girls.
They don't care about us.
When it starts getting collected, Tom Taylor's Nightwing is a must read for you guys. I do want to check that out.
I do like Tom Taylor.
Behind on all my Bat family. Burnside Babs is just very different from this run, so your mileage may vary. That is true. is a very
like
different
different,
energy. Because I mean, this girl is obviously living a different life.
Yeah, she is, and I love it.
But I'll never get. I think
She's
that's the
scooting
best
around.
costume ever. I don't care what anybody has to say. She has pockets. It's versatile.
Yeah.
Yellow Doc Martens sold out when they
it's
announced
beautiful.
this.
Beautiful.
Jessica recommends the Swamp Thing New 52 Omnibus.
I
do want to read that because you know we love that Animal Man.
Yeah, next month you wanna do that?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. There you go, Jessica.
Jessica, you should come on this show now. Come on. It's been long enough.
Yeah, talk Swamp Thing.
I get to hang out with Jessica in real life in like 2 weeks.
I mean, I'm jealous.
I know. I wish you were here. I just wish you were anyways, every day.
I'd like to teleport there.
Ugh.
Well, you and I may be going to see a show together.
Maybe Bahamut.
It's so funny. It's so funny.
Jessica, do you want to go see Bahamut next month?
It's not even a joke. I'm so confused by it still. Oh, it's great.
Man.
I heard they maybe let the dogs up.
Who?
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 I was like, if she doesn't do the next two, I'm gonna leave.
Oh, it's so stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Karen Gillan wants to star in and direct a Batgirl movie, and I'd be fully on board. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that'd be fun.
Yeah. I'm into that.
Hannah agrees.
I agree 1,000%. She was lovely too. I met her once, no big deal. It's not. But I told her, did I tell you this story?
No.
Because, they corral you through like cattle. But I knew I wanted to say something.
Yeah.
This is what I decided on. She had a very short-lived ABC sitcom called Selfie, where, I don't know if you remember that?
Yeah.
She was like...
Why do I remember that? It's based off of something else, right?
I don't remember. I know I watched it.
Continue.
And I loved it, and I thought she was wonderful in it, and the whole cast was great, and no one talks about it because it was very short-lived and got canceled because no one was watching it except me.
I watched it.
Yeah, so she was very vapid and like kind of was taught how to not be so terrible, basically, right? And that was her whole thing. Anyway, I loved it. So I had to that's what I told her. I was like, I really miss Selfie. It was so great. And she was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I love that show. I'm just so sad. It's like, and as if no one ever says that to her, which I loved. Anyway, that was my story.
Yeah, there was
lovely.
More Nice Fair Lady. My Fair Lady Pygmalion. Because she's Eliza Dooley and it's based off Eliza Doolittle.
Interesting.
Baja Blast over Baja Men. So does Jessica. Listen. Okay, we can drink Baja Blast while we see Baja Men.
Actually, what I was going to say. Turns out there's Taco Bell around, and you could just go to it and then go to Baja Men with your Baja Blast.
Can we live stream to StreamYard?
This is the Baja show. Fangirlz of Baja. Baja Fangirlz. Baja girls.
Hey guys, we're going Instagram Live. It's your girls.
See you in the Baja, man. You know how we do. We're not fronting.
Can't believe I said that live. So bad.
Oh, I love it.
I
love it.
Hey, long time no see. Bahamas. There you go.
Yeah.
There we go.
This is what we gotta do.
This Bahaception's going too far.
Oh, it's a lot. And that was a great word.
Oh my gosh. Oh no. I forgot, Hayden, you're not.
Oh.
It's a type of Mountain Dew.
Are you aware of Taco Bell?
Have you ever had a Taco Bell?
Yeah, do you know about Taco Bell, Hayden?
Okay, listen. Taco Bell is fake Mexican food, okay? But at the Taco Bell, you can get a Baja Blast, which is a type of Mountain Dew, okay? And all we do in America is have different types of Mountain Dew.
That's true. That is our thing. Code red, code blue.
I literally have a Taco Bell thing right here. When did I go Taco Bell? See,
yeah,
I don't even know.
What'd you get? What's your order?
But yeah, it's true. Baja Blast is Mountain Dew mixed with blue Powerade. Did you know that?
I heard that somewhere.
I heard that on TikTok.
I've only had it once. It's not my favorite. I love Mountain Dew, so.
Yeah. You only have regular Mountain Dew. Oh, man. Well, Hayden, whenever you get a chance to come visit us.
Or just pick up some blue Powerade and put it in your Mountain Dew.
We'll show you all the Mountain Dews. And because we're in Kentucky, we will show you our Kentucky sodas, which we have our own.
Wait, what's a Kentucky soda?
Ale 8.
Oh, yeah.
Well, see, I didn't know about it until I moved over here, because I'm from where you are, where we called all sodas Coke.
That's right. Well, even where I'm from, we did that. So
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought I was just crazy.
In Indiana, they do it too.
Yeah. It's like, oh, what do you want to drink?
It's all Coke.
You want
What kind of
Coca-Cola?
Coke do you
No.
want? What kind of Coke do you want, Dr. Pepper?
We can arrange a Mountain Dew tasting in the mountains. We can.
Oh, that's fun.
Okay. All right.
Baja Blast with Baja Men. Mountain Dew in the mountains. What else is there?
I don't know. How far can we take this?
Read Thirsty Mermaids in the Ocean. That's not it. Doesn't work.
That's not it. We'll work on it.
Yeah.
Elliot says don't do that.
I like it.
EU regulations mean Mountain Dew cannot legally be classified as a beverage, just nuclear waste.
I mean,
Iron
makes
Brew.
sense. What's that?
What's that? Is that
I don't
a play
know.
on words or an actual thing? This is fascinating. Forget comic books. This is a Mountain Dew show. This is a Baja Men and Baja Blast show.
Where people where I come from love ski. That's a ski place. It's a ski city. You know ski?
No.
It's Mountain Dew adjacent. And it's a citrus soda.
Okay.
That's known in those parts, yeah.
I'm gonna try
it's not my
some.
thing either. I'm like, I don't drink any of this, but
How do you feel about cheer wine?
oh, I love cheer wine.
I love cheer wine.
I haven't had cheer wine in quite a while. That's a southern thing, yeah? Like deep south.
Like Tennessee.
Okay.
And I love
That makes sense.
Jones soda.
I mean, Jones is great. Yeah, Jones is great.
Oh man.
Oh, cheer wine. I miss it.
Ooh, bright orange Scottish nectar. Okay. I want to try it. We drink while we eat our haggis and deep fried Mars bars. Hey, deep fried anything is not uncommon here. Also,
Oh, it's everywhere.
deep fried Oreos.
Mm-hmm.
Kristan, will you go on a trip with me across the pond when we can travel again?
Yes, of course.
Sweet.
I've never been. I would love to go.
Yay! Come with me.
go.
I've only ever been to England. Well, I mean, I've been in Asia a lot, but like that part, I've been to Manchester and Liverpool.
I would love to. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Do you know Fresca? I love Fresca.
Oh, Reed is obsessed with Fresca.
And Fresca is the drink of the boys. In the show The Boys, there's a lot
Really?
of Fresca. Yeah, it's a plot
Of
point.
the boys?
Yes.
Hold on. So these like boys who are committing crimes are like also Fresca. It just seems like such a like, oh, Fresca. You know what I mean? It's like I'm gonna commit crime, also Fresca. Like
Well,
what?
there's some like church organization that's like shady that always drinks Fresca.
Huh.
That's literally a plot point.
That is so
in
weird.
That show.
That is
I know.
really weird.
I know.
I'm gonna have to read that.
This is
He
fun.
loves Fresca.
If you drink Fresca, you in a cult. I
What?
love Fresca though.
Well,
I prepped for England rain. It's fine.
and I love rain,
Yeah,
so I'll have a good time with that.
yeah. Kristen and I can
That's
hang.
weird.
We're cool.
Is it gonna rain where you are tomorrow? We're getting like storms and stuff.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I know it's stupid.
We've really started to talk about the weather here, but
Wow, this is getting really late.
it went from Baja Blast. You're making me want Baja Blast, and I don't think I even liked it.
I kind of want Baja Blast, but again, I've been sick. I don't think that's what I should drink. But I kind of want a Baja Blast.
Maybe you should drink it though, because it's like acid. It'll like clear out your system. Is that how it
Will it
works?
clear out my sinuses?
Maybe. It's fuzzy. It's fizzly, but
What kind of soda do you think Batgirl likes? Let's bring it back around.
okay. I feel like she likes Sunkissed.
Oh, Sunkissed girl. I forgot about Sunkissed.
Who loves orange soda?
No, you cannot go down that route. Okay.
All right.
That is. If anything's gonna age us, it's that.
Should I tell you my Kel Mitchell story? No. All right.
Wait, you have a Kel Mitchell story?
I do. Do you want to hear it?
Yes, I do.
Okay. We were at this tiny, tiny con in Kentucky. I forget exactly where. I think it's outside of Louisville. This was some years ago. Reed actually set up there with his sister, who is also an artist, and they just happened to pick a booth that ended up right across from Kel Mitchell. So the whole time, and I'm just sitting back there like reading and stuff.
Looking around.
Right. And there weren't many people at this con that like I gave a crap about. I think Kyle was there. Yeah, Kyle was there. So I gave a crap about him. So I bothered him, or I just watched Kel Mitchell like a weirdo. Because it was just like, oh, that's weird. You were my childhood, right? But also he seemed nice. And he had like one of those like Beats pill stereos.
Yeah.
Playing music the whole time. So he never really sat down. He just kind of, so there'd be times where like no one was around. And he was playing something, and he's just doing this, right? So then Reed kind of started doing this back, and then they kind of just did a whole... So there was a whole weird Kel Mitchell dancing thing, which was just funny. But we never really said a word to him. I think there was a time where Reed kind of like really did a whole dance thing, and Kel was like, yeah! And that was it. And, he charged for selfies, he's charged for everything, and I'm just like, I like Kel, but I don't have the money for this right now. I don't really, but I knew I had to say something to him before he left, right? This is the stupidest story.
Oh no.
But like we're all sitting there, and I notice he's getting his bags and stuff, and he's about to leave, and all of his stuff was broken down. And he gets out from behind his booth, and I stand up and I walk toward him, and I put out my hand because I'm lame. And I was like, thanks for the tunes, Kel. And he like slapped my hand and like I was like, oh yeah, you're welcome, and then just kept going.
No, that is literally the coolest thing you could do. Are you kidding me? Even better would have been if you said, thanks for the tunes, Mr. Mitchell.
I should have done that. You're right.
Oh,
you're right.
Man, that's so good.
But it was so funny because the whole time we were kind of like, are we going to say something to him? What's going to happen? Actually, we never really even discussed it. It was probably just an unspoken whatever. I sit back down, and Reed looks at me and goes, you're the coolest person. It's like the most unexpected thing he never would have expected me to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I didn't talk about it. I just did it. Oh, it's funny. It's funny. He was lovely.
That's so good.
So that's good.
It.
Yeah.
Man, I miss cons.
It's my Kel Mitchell story. I know, right? I know.
One day.
He narrates a children's program about animals now. We air it. Okay. That's how I know. Yeah.
Okay,
that's what
Kel
he does.
Mitchell.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. He probably does other things.
Probably.
Wasn't there like... Oh, yeah. He rebooted all that. Good for him. Okay. Come on.
Yeah, I haven't watched that either. Hey, Yon. No, you're good. We finished talking about... Yeah, you missed a lot about... We talked about Mountain Dew for a bit.
Which is weird, because it's not even like we love Mountain Dew.
No, it's just... We talked about Baja Men. Baja Blast. What are you going to do?
What you do, yeah. That's what you all expect from us on a Friday, right? It's what I expect.
Ugh. I don't think anything else is new.
I mean, I really love this book. I said it, but I'll say it again. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I do want to jump into more New 52 now. I know I'm very behind. That's many years behind.
It's fine. I was behind when I started.
Yeah.
And now
we all are.
It gives you an excuse because like the characters you meet in this, you'll want to go and read. So I just started like that's how I started. I was just like, okay, I read this book. These characters seem cool. I'll read their book next. Okay, I met these other ones. I'll read this one next. The end.
Yeah, I'm into it. I think this is a great starting point with everyone too, because it's Gail. I knew I was going to like Gail writing.
That's always a safe bet. Because I would have never read Sonya if it wasn't written by Gail.
Mm.
And now I'm into it. I guess Vincent's supposed to send me some Red
that's
Sonya
fun.
books. Yeah.
Cool.
Which will be good because I can't read any more Vampirella because
You shouldn't. Like, no.
Rebel asks, what's with the lack of squash in the States? Now, I'm assuming you're speaking not of
the gourd squash. Gourd? Is it a gourd?
Because I love eating squash.
I love squash too. Oh my gosh, squash and zucchini.
Spaghetti squash.
Love it all. Love it all.
This is so good. This is a fucking comic show.
This is relevant information. Kel Mitchell, Bahaman.
Chewy. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm reading it. Look,
nice.
I bought floppies.
Look at you.
I am reading the High Republic, IDW, and Marvel and the books. The actual, novels. No pictures.
Uh-oh. How do you do it?
I don't know.
Love that.
I can feel my sickness coming back. I'm like, I don't know. Where's that? It's good. I really like it. The end. There it is.
I'll read it one day. Yep.
What happened with Vampirella? Nothing. It's just really hard to find a good Vampirella run, I feel like.
You don't remember
she's
when
a good character. I just think
is she?
I love that Kurt Busiek run I read.
Oh, well, hey, there's one, right?
And everything else I've read, I feel like they just give her to bad artists and writers continually. I really do. I just don't think they know. You have a cool character you can do something cool with, and then you continually don't.
Mm.
And you're like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if her body looked ridiculous? I'm all for sexy people in comic books. We know this. But they're not doing that either.
If your chest is a certain size and you got dental floss holding that up, it doesn't work that way.
Well, they always put in the ridiculous poses. I'm like, I'm a cosplayer. Yeah. I know that outfit's not going to work. Yeah, she doesn't. But everyone should read Red Sonja. I think Red Sonja's great. For me, I like her.
I mean, I liked Gail's.
Mm-hmm.
I was shaking my head at the clothes. I'm like, yeah, she doesn't own clothes.
No. If you could have a Takarazuka adaptation of any superhero franchise, what would it be? Oh, man. That's a good question. I feel like I would want it to be something traditionally masculine because I feel like all those ladies would do a really good job. I'm going to say I want a Superman-Batman thing. I want Takarazuka to be Superman and Batman. Or the Justice League. A bunch of these very handsome ladies all being the Justice League. That's what I want. Oops. Paul has a good question. Do y'all in the chat have a favorite Batgirl run?
It's this one. Because that's all I've read.
I still really like Batgirl, Rebirth Batgirl. I know that's an outlier, but I really, really like it. And I love, love, love Batgirl and the Birds of Prey, which I would grab my book, but
that's a lot of effort. Yeah.
How excited is Kristan for Marvel Meow? Me, I'm also excited.
I'm so excited.
Mm-hmm.
That's a day one for me.
Oh, it's gonna be so good.
It's gonna be the best thing. It's what I need in my life.
Yeah.
I'm glad they're doing that.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I missed it. Okay, there was a comment from Hannah that said, I don't know where it is, but she said she was reading Oh Human Star.
Yeah? Is she enjoying it?
Hannah, I lost your comment. Please tell us if you're enjoying Oh Human Star.
I'm like, oh no, I missed it.
Because everyone, please read Oh Human Star. It's the best. I feel bad that we use part of our time about Thirsty Mermaids talking about Human Star.
I don't feel bad. I think it definitely needs that audience. Since I read it, I was immediately like, Murder, you have to read this. And then I was like, everyone.
Hey, Hannah. I'm loving it. Really, really loving it. Let us know when you finish.
I'm so happy you're reading it.
We can't talk about So tell us when you're done.
Yeah, we'll have to start a group chat.
Yeah,
Just
group chat.
gush about it.
Oh, Human Star Book Club. That just goes on forever.
Oh, I love it.
So I recommended it. After we read it, I sent it to a couple people, and one of them is Andrew, our film guy, his wife, and she messaged me like 10 times that day. It was like, Maddie, oh my God, I can't stop sobbing. Like the whole day, she couldn't do anything else. She just was so overwhelmed by how great this book was.
Oh my gosh.
Amazing.
Yes.
I'm going to buy the physical copy so I can give it to everyone. Like, she's
I love that.
overjoyed. I was so happy about it.
That's awesome.
I read it digitally too, Hannah. But I'm going to buy it eventually.
Do they not ship to the UK? That sucks. Because if you go to the web store, they're there.
Yeah. All right, I've got to go back into sick land, I think, and lay down forever.
You should. I hope you feel better.
I kind of want a Baja Blast. I might see if we can swing that. Oh, hey, do y'all want to see my foster pug first?
Oh, 100%. Zoe, right?
Yeah, I call her Zozo.
Oh.
Oh, there she is.
Look at her. Oh, her tongue. Blep.
She has a constant blep.
I love that so much.
9 years old. She's blind. She sneezed over everything.
Oh, like my Willow.
Look at her. She's so cute.
She's the pug version of Willow.
She's such a sweetie, and she already has an adopter. So even though I love her, I think she'll be really happy at some house with not a puppy.
That's great.
But she's so cute. She's so tiny.
She's so cute. I love her.
She's only fallen down the stairs a couple of times. It's okay.
Oh, but she's okay.
Yeah, she cuddles with me. She has this little snaggly tooth, so she's like this.
Oh, that's adorable. Okay. Well, I do want to plug tomorrow at
plug the thing.
2 p.m. Eastern. If y'all want to jump on Twitch, which I highly recommend, go to Twitch. The account is Sarge and Benny. And that's one of my great cat Twitter friends, Brooke. I'm going to talk about cat comics. And we're going to talk about our cats. We're going to take questions about our cats, who we love, and we may show cats. It's going to be a big cat show, but people have been asking me on here about cat comics. So I'm going to talk about some over there. And it'd be great if some of y'all would join me there. My first time on Twitch. I'm downloading Discord. I don't know what's going on yet, but
I'm so glad you're on Discord.
What I'm doing.
We can hang out there, watch movies together in Discord.
We should. We should definitely
play video games. We do all sorts of stuff.
Definitely do that. But yeah, I tweet about it. So if you follow at the Comic Slayer, you can find all the links and stuff there. And you should totally watch that. Also, I will be on Justice Channel tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern. We're going to talk about JMS Spidey Volume 1, so I got to finish that tonight. Read all the omnibuses. It's interesting, because usually they just sit there and look pretty, right? But I'm actually reading them.
You can read
Who knew? Who knew that?
I just use it to put my laptop on top of when I need a better angle.
That's also a perfect use of them. Oh, Steven. Hi, Steven. Convince me to love cats. Go. Steven, check me out tomorrow on Twitch. I'll convince you to love cats. I'll show you my cats. It'll be great.
All right, thank you all so much for
Have
hanging out.
Thanks for being here.
We'll be back next Friday with One Piece.
We're doing it.
Goodbye.